I'm here in Medjugorje in front of St. James Church, and I'm with, what's your name?
Sean Stapleton from County Carlow in Ireland.
And John, how often have you come here to Medjugorje?
Well, this is actually our 14th visit. There would have been 15 only for 2020, there was COVID. But the reason I came here in the first place was back in 2009, our local parish priest, was organising a trip to Medjugorje, and we had heard about Medjugorje, just like a lot of people have heard about the place, so we said, well, we'll go along. But a few weeks before the trip I discovered I had what people described as a hernia, you know, something in the lower tummy, a little protrusion, or medically, whatever. And I was wondering about this thing, and I went to my local doctor, and he says, you have a hernia. And I said, well, what do you do with that? And he sent me to a doctor in Kilkenny, our nearest hospital, and he'll be examined there. So this doctor examined me, and he says, yes, you have that little, described as a hernia. And I said to him, well, what would that amount to? He said, you would need an operation for that. And I just said, okay, but do these things ever come right on their own? And he says, oh, no. I said, you would need an operation. So I said, I'll be actually away next week for a few days. Well, he says, okay. When you come back, he says, we'll arrange for your operation whenever convenient time is, in the next month or whenever that is, and we'll do that. Okay. Coming here, of course, for the first time, and you pray. You're conscious of where you are and prayers you might say, or what you might offer the Lord for the future. So that's the reason I came to him. I said, if I can say a particular prayer for the rest of my life, which is the rosary. I left it at that, and I returned home, and arrangements was made again that I would return to the hospital about a week later, and I went in to see the doctor, and this doctor walks in and he says, I'm doing duty here for your regular doctor. He's on a call at the moment, and he examined me again. He had his sheets of paper in his hand, and he examined me, and he was looking out the window, and he was looking at these, and he was looking around, and he just says, as far as I can see it, there's nothing there to operate on. I was totally in amazement, shock, or whatever, to think there's nothing there, there's no operation, I felt I floated down from them steps, you know, just to call my wife to say that there was nothing there. So after that I said, surely I'll have to go back. But then I thought to myself as well, will it return, will it not? And for about 6 months, I'd say, I didn't even mention it practically to nobody. And I mentioned to our priest that came here then, about 6 months later, and he was happy to hear such a thing. So since then, thank Lord, that has never occurred. That's the reason I come back here.
Wow.
Give honour. That's the best I can say.
It's the power of Our Lady, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, God the Father, all together. Right? And you always have been a cradle Catholic?
Born and raised a Catholic, yes. Been generally doing the best we could up to 14, 15 years ago, but that's really a completely turning point in my life. But it has helped. It's helped a lot.
So this has been a turning point. No? It's a miracle. It's a medical miracle.
I have basically just said to people, as I said to yourself, that it was a healing. I suppose if someone wants to call it something else, well, fair enough. I'm happy I hadn't to have any operation, and I'm happy with that situation, and I hope to carry on as best we can for as long as we can.
And you always come back, and it seems 14 times, so there must be something always here that draws you back. What is it that draws you back here?
I think the peace place, the hills, there's a peace, there's a quietness, there's certain people as well, just as if we just meet where we stay or whatever, and what's the quietness and to be able to go up the hills and say our own prayers and get away, I suppose, from the ordinary things of life, and we take a few days off, and very happy to be here.
You pray the rosary?
I do, every day.
And you prayed with your wife, if I may ask? You prayed together as well?
Well, we pray, but not often exactly as saying together, but we do pray. We do pray all the time.
Why do you pray it? What do you gain from the prayer?
Well, first of all, I promised the Lord I would. So I feel there's certainly a gain in that. And over the years, in 14 years, there was other little events in the life that needed prayer. So I might have said perhaps another one as well, or two since, for different events that have come along in our lives, our family's life. So that's why I'm happy to be here.
And you know, it's very central, the confession here. You go to confession regularly as well?
Yes, we try to get here, like with confessions back in Ireland at the moment. It's been a bit irregular there where they're available and where they're not, so we do our best that way, yes.
And what would you tell a person, you know, maybe who didn't go for 20 years to confession, who is scared to tell the priest what he did? What would you tell these people? Woman, man?
I say, if you have the courage to do a little praying before you do that, pray to the Lord at least, and try and get some confidence into yourself and get out there and make a clean break with everything. That's the way I feel about it.
And you know, you are married. There's a lot of people here. They look for their vocation. What would you tell them? How can they find their wife? How did it happen to you? And how can have a good marriage, for example?
Marriage, I suppose. My wife happened to live only about 4 miles away, so we know one another for over 50 years at this age. So we have 5 children. Wow. And at the moment as well, we have 5 grandchildren, which when we were here 4.5 years ago, we didn't have any grandchildren.
Wow.
So now we have 5, which is very good. And we keep them in mind all the time as well.
Praying for them, no? It's the power of the grandparents, no?
Well, we do the best we can.
Yeah, I see. And what is the secret? What would you say, how somebody can have a fulfilled marriage?
I suppose you have to give and take with things.
Yes.
That's it. Take each day as it comes and make the most of the things you have and carry on to the best you can.
Yes, you can. And what do you like most about Medjugorje?
It's sort of an overall picture, the fact of thinking about coming here for a start, staying where we're staying, different places has worked out that way, and the fact of always the Mass in the church and then down to the yellow building as they call it, climbing Apparition Hill, and try to do it every day or perhaps go up Kriesebach once, maybe twice when we'll be here, and the stations, to all the general things that people do, tour the souvenir shops as they go on, and looking for that something little special for some people we know, and that's basically it.
Wow, beautiful. And what would you tell people maybe one time, why should they come one time here to Medjugorje? What would you tell them?
Advice to come. I suppose one great thing would be if people could know that it exists for a start, it would help if they could. Even though there's mass media nowadays, everyone doesn't hear all the good things that are out there. there would be people, I'm sure, who in the future will come along, they will hear from someone else, and they will enjoy the experience and pass it on to someone else. That'd be my hopes for it anyway.
Wow. Thank you so much for that beautiful interview.
Thank you.